This week we are back to Monaco, glamour-packed, flamboyant Monaco. After a break due to COVID, F1 is back to Monaco, and just like the first time in 1954, the streets are cordoned off and a racetrack has appeared on the streets of Monte Carlo. Come tomorrow, the sounds of F1 will fill the city. A wealthy audience will arrive in their yachts and are going to party to the music of 20 V6 engines going round and round the city streets for a total of 78 times. The race is going to start inside the city, and as the cars move up on a steep incline through turn 1 to 3 and reach the Monte Carlo casino, where we see supercars parked outside, and the supercars themselves get a glimpse of their parent cars racing each other. Now, as the cars move up the track, it gets tighter and tighter till they reach the Grand Hotel hairpin, the tightest and the most iconic hairpin turn in Formula 1. Followed by some ballsy corners at 200 km per hour and then flat out through the tunnel of Monte Carlo. The docks are located right next to the tunnel. As the sun hits the water, we see the reflections of the cars on the boats as they come out at full throttle through the tunnel and onto the tabac. The tabac is the turn 12, a tricky turn where the cars give the barriers a little kiss as they enter and exit the corners and move on to the swimming pool at turn 13 and 14. At turn 17, the cars take a turn from the docks and back into the city. A total of 19 turns on this 3.3 kilometers racetrack. Last race was held in 2019 and Hamilton won there, followed by Max Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel. But due to the last lap crash between Hamilton and Verstappen, which handed a 5-second penalty to Verstappen, the podium changed to Hamilton, Vettel and Bottas. A lot has changed in 2019. And after this quali result, let's see how the race unfolds tomorrow. You are listening to Reshingu with your hosts Ali and Gokul.
So, long time between. There's a lot to talk about on both on track and off track. So in this race, as soon as I saw FP2, FP1, FP2, it was clear that Ferrari had a good pace. For Monaco.
Definitely.
They showed that in qualifying also by being first and third, right? First and fourth.
Yeah, first and fourth.
Yeah, unlucky for Leclerc though. He's never had any luck in in his home track. He's never finished the race here. It's
the streets on which he drove every day of his life, that shit only is not getting to a race.
Yeah. It's been DNF and now DNS. He's never finished the Monaco Grand Prix. So, that was really unlucky, but yeah, it was kind of his own fault, I think, because the damage may be related to crash he had.
Yeah, but he said that the mechanics had checked in the morning and they told everything is okay, but didn't they actually check it more properly?
The Ferrari mechanics. Yeah. Anyway, the race was it was good. It was not bad. And I think for the first time in long time, there's no yellow flag, no safety car, nothing.
Yeah. First time since 10 years, 10 or 11 years. So nothing. No safety car, no yellow flag.
So in quali, who do you who surprised you in quali?
Bottas.
Yeah, Bottas did really well with the Mercedes.
In practice, they didn't show any good signs, but in quali, all of a sudden they did very
Vettel did really well in quali. Came to Q3. out-qualified his
Ricardo also
teammate.
did very bad.
Ricardo did bad, yeah.
Yeah, that was like it was 17th.
Vettel was on point this weekend,
Yeah.
both in quali and in race. Yeah, the race didn't have much overtaking, but it was like
The only overtook taking
the pit stops. The pit stops, like the strategy was interesting, right? The strategy and everything, like the overcuts, and Hamilton getting screwed by his team.
Hamilton would have now realized what the frustration of other drivers like Vettel.
Imagine, like, for one race, he's like whining this much. Imagine Vettel in 2017-18 when he was with Ferrari. Like half the races they made strategy mistakes back then. See, that too in intense title championship battle. So yeah, Vettel always managed to keep his cool. Only in 2019 he was like kind of unhinged because he was leaving the team anyway. So he didn't really care. But 17 and 18 he never blamed the team. Like whatever happens, he never used to blame the team. And press conference note.
Even in Hamilton's case, there was actually not a lot of fault of the team also. No,
it was definitely a team's fault, but he should have been more careful with his words after the race. Like it was kind of
putting it all on the team.
Yeah, it's like when they ask what can you do better for next time, he was like, I have nothing to learn or do better. The team definitely does. Like, first of all, it's Monaco, and you are the one who put yourself in 7th place in quali. Yeah. Like Monaco qualifying is the most important qualifying compared to any other race. Because most of the time, like drivers don't end up much ahead of what they qualify. Maybe they make up 1 or 2 places, but that's it.
Yeah, and this time even Bottas came 3rd at least, so he also doesn't have a reason that his car is not so good. When Bottas can come, then he can also do that.
Apparently, Hamilton's setup didn't work out.
Yeah.
Again, so that's also his own fault. It's like you can't really say I have nothing to learn. Stuff like that. I don't know.
He has so much to learn. Next time, don't complain, don't whine about your team and do a better setup in Monaco.
Yeah, but the team was absolutely like stupid. I don't know why they pit him first. Like he has the pace of a race-winning car, and he's in P7. Obviously, he has to wait for everyone because in Monaco you can't overtake that easily. So he has to wait for everyone to pit. Then he has to put some really good laps and then pit. That's the most simple strategy over there. That's what Vettel did. That's what Vettel did to Gasly, and he did to Hamilton also.
Or he could even pit earlier and then.
No, even earlier is no point in doing that. He was already on soft tires, I think.
Yeah.
And he was the first one to pit. Like, why would you be the first one to pit in Monaco in your P7? I understand like pitting first if you're P1, but in your P7, like if you're the first one to pit, now he ends up somewhere behind like Raikkonen or someone like Giovinazzi or something, and he gets stuck there for 2 laps. He gets stuck for 2 laps. Meanwhile, Sebastian Vettel pits and then he comes up ahead of Hamilton because he puts faster in laps. Obviously, the overcut is the way to go, right? When you think about it.
Yeah, it makes sense, Yeah. Like, what if you pit and the guy who's behind you actually tries going for an overcut and he pits very late, then you're stuck behind that guy for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, all the others will already pit. And exactly how he lost, not to Vettel. Like he was hanging out behind Gasly, and then Vettel just came and he came
he
in
bought
front.
to Gasly.
Yeah. He came out at the same time. Vettel just
Fucking TV director cut to Stroll. And he was overtaking, like, why? Like, just why? Like, that was literally one of the only interesting parts of the race, and they cut it. And they cut it twice. They didn't even show the replay properly.
Yeah. Only after that.
It's like, even the commentators were like, "Oh, we would have liked to see that a lot." Usually, they don't criticize the director that much. Like commentators are getting hyped up. His Vettel is about to overtake, and they cut to Stroll. So stupid.
I know there's something they're doing. There's no coordination.
Yeah.
And Bottas.
Other than that, everyone else did it. See, even Perez went for the overcut, right? He started P8.
Yeah.
He started behind Hamilton, and he ended up P4. So, like, clearly it was the team strategy fault. But still, like, it's 50% his fault also. He can't say that I have nothing to learn like that.
Yeah.
It's 50% his fault. Yeah. He didn't do a job in qualifying.
Yeah. Yeah. He didn't do the first thing, then everything followed, just piled up in the end. That's all is the problem. But Bottas, what horrible luck he's got.
Yeah, and at least he was more gracious than Hamilton. Even though he did everything right. He did a perfect weekend and everything right. And the pit stop, it's like...
Just bad luck.
I don't know how you... Like, at least if it's the team's fault or something, you can think, okay, fine, next time we'll do better. But in Bottas's place, like, how is he supposed to do better next time? It's very hope.
Yeah, best performance in the car he had, yeah. With what he gave it all, actually, in fact, in Monaco with the car he had. He set it up properly, when he drove properly, didn't crash, everything he did properly, but that one problem.
Yeah. It's like you sit there and you're just feeling helpless. Like, I did everything right. The team did everything right. And then it's just pure shit luck.
Yeah. That's all. Do you see Norris waving Ricardo? Yeah. I was like, come on, Norris shouldn't have done that.
I don't think...
if it was on a friendlier term, then no. But if it was a friendlier way of teasing it, then it was
no. I think it was just friendly. He waves to almost everyone. So, yeah. Maybe it was just an acknowledgement for letting him pass so easily. Because it's not easy to immediately respond to blue flags in Monaco. Because the track is so tight, no? So it's...
But,
yeah. For Ricardo, it was a day to forget. Nothing went right for him. He got lapped by his teammate.
I wish Hamilton also would have been lapped. No, it would have been fun.
Yeah, it was so close. One more lap and he would have been lapped for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two laps. Yeah,
he was like 10 seconds ahead of Stroll, I think.
Yeah.
10 or something seconds. Would have gone lap. No, if there were like 5 more laps, would have been lap. No, it would have been amazing. And if Bottas would have lapped him, no, it would have been even more amazing.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
The few races he performs well, he's again met by bad luck.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
Yeah, but really good pace from Ferrari, right?
Yeah.
P2 and McLaren also like P3 both drove really well.
And even actually, what I was all right about strategy is what I was thinking was when I saw Verstappen alone again with two Ferraris in the middle, I thought, okay, now it shows why Red Bull needs a second driver, but luckily the first for one of the cars didn't work. So I think each of them in the top 4 or 5 places had just one cars in those positions.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
was like thinking like again because strategy is so important here. Again, they'll do something and Verstappen can lose the race somehow. If there were two Ferraris in the top three, if it was sandwiched between the two Ferraris, like they would have done something like how Perez actually went ahead and how Red Bull actually used Perez to gain a little time and also improve both of their positions. Like Verstappen and Perez, they actually in fact used Verstappen to improve Perez's position. I thought something like that all happened in Ferrari and they'll push down Verstappen to like third. But one car didn't come.
Verstappen is just too good.
Yeah.
His car is like overall good. Ferrari is.
Verstappen is good, but Ferrari had a stronger car and they had two drivers.
I think Ferrari just had better aero.
Yeah. This eventually better car for this track.
Yeah, but in race pace, I don't think they would have won. Even if Leclerc was there. Same thing. Verstappen would have done an overcut to Leclerc. Definitely.
Yeah, he would have then had to use whatever pace he has to create that gap. Did you see the F2 new system they used in Monaco? No,
I didn't watch. What happened?
Sprint race.
Oh, sprint race was there in F2 before itself. No?
It was already there.
Yeah, sprint. F2 always had sprint races. They'll have sprint race and normal race also, I think. I think it will be there for few races. I'm not sure. But yeah.
Oh, so that's what I was watching Monaco, and then they had the sprint. They're using the sprint system for 30 laps. They went around, and then some people crashed, and they were kicked back. And I think that taught how even in F1 it's gonna be. Like if somebody crashes or a lot of cars got damaged in Monaco, and they were like last to go out. You're last, and it ruined people. Like the guy was second, he's doing pretty well, but he got smoke from his engine, and then he had to retire the race and start 19th in the main race. Like his whole race was gone. Just, I mean, maybe they'll have to select the tracks. That if the track is wide enough or something like that, that there's a possibility of overtake, then or else it'll become a very big factor of luck. Like luck will play a bigger role when they have sprint races.
It's not just luck; it's also like
Skill,
driving safely. Like
not
crashing. Whole point of Monaco is to not crash first. Secondary is to be fast.
Yeah, but they're like a pretty smooth race this time. No one crashed.
Surprising to see no safety car.
Yeah. I think no one even challenged anyone, no? So much that they required. Like last time in 2019, how Verstappen was chasing.
Only overtakes I saw was Schumacher overtook Mazepin in the first corner. And then
and even Vettel, I think, overtook, no?
Yeah, Vettel overtook Gasly.
Yeah.
Those are the only two overtakes.
No, Vettel did 2 overtakes, I think.
No, he overtook only Gasly.
Where Mazepin went to switch places, no, with Schumacher in the turn, in the downhill turn.
Yeah,
that's where Vettel also overtook some.
No, he overtook Gasly when he was in the pit exit.
Yeah, he did that also again.
He didn't do anything else. That was the only overtake he did.
No.
He jumped Lewis Hamilton and he overtook Gasly when he was coming out of pits.
Yeah.
Strategy-wise, Aston Martin was the best. Like they made the most number of places. Vettel started like P7, P8. He started P8 and he ended P5. And Stroll started P13 and ended P8. So
Perez started P9 and then
yeah, Perez also. Both Red Bull and Aston Martin were the best strategy-wise.
Ricardo started 12th.
Ricardo, he just stayed there, didn't make any progress, nothing.
Ricardo. Yeah, he lost the place.
Yeah.
He finished 12th also. He started 12th and he finished 12th.
Yeah.
So he technically started 11th, but he finished 12th.
Yeah, true.
So he actually did worse.
Starting grid. No, he started 12th. That means it's after the DNS, not before.
No. The starting grid shows Leclerc also.
No, he qualified 13th. No.
Okay.
He qualified. He qualified 12th, but he started 12th. It shows.
Yeah, that's what he qualified 12th. But Leclerc, if you remove Leclerc,
because Leclerc is added on this. Okay, fine.
No.
Yeah.
Everyone stood in their own place. No, he stood at 12th, so technically 11th. So he lost a place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted to talk about some regulations and rules.
Yeah. Have you seen the controversy about Red Bull and many other teams having flexible wings, rear wing and all? Apparently, all these teams, it's not just Red Bull, it's like many teams. I think Alfa Romeo, I think half the grid is facing troubles with that now. And apparently, it's not that they broke the rules, but the test they had, it was not a very good test.
Yeah, that's what they were trying to change and bring new tests. No?
Yeah.
So that they'll be able to check about this also.
Yeah. It's fine. But it's fine to do that, but I think it's very unfair to do it in the middle of the season after everyone before the season starts. You tell the team that this is the test you're going to take, and this is the test that your car's part should pass, and they build the part according to a test, and you clear it, and then after you clear it, you say no. Now we are going to bring a new test. You have to pass this one.
No,
it's kind of unfair.
A lot of things.
It's
fine. Is an important role. It's going to change also a lot of things, and either they should just let them roll till the end of the season, or
it's fine. It's fine to change it for next year. I don't know why they're doing it in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
It's obviously
it's
obviously FIA's fault, because if the test is not satisfactory, it's their fault that they didn't come up with a better test. It's not the team's fault that they took advantage of the situation. The whole point of F1 is to take advantage of the rules.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's what been happening in F1. No?
Yeah.
They set a rule. Within the rules, they make the best out of the rules. Now,
if they're taking advantage, then that's your problem. That's your fault for having a test that's so weak.
Yeah.
I don't know. And they're saying it from I think July 15th or some date they gave for the new test. So before that, people have to manufacture new parts. It's fine. For Red Bull, they'll have no problems. They'll do it. But for lower budget teams, this is going to cost a lot.
Yeah, they'll do R&D again.
Yeah.
If they've already done the wings for next year, maybe they can use it.
I don't think any lower budget team would have designed the car for next year right now. It's not even like halfway to the season, right? So,
Yeah. They don't know how much money they're going to get. That's also the thing. That's all.
Yeah. Like many teams have been complaining. Like you saw that interview I sent, no, of Alfa Romeo team principal.
Yeah.
I sent on WhatsApp. He was saying the same thing. Like, let me just check.
The introduction of the new test.
Yeah, see, he says that almost all teams are going to have to change the designs. So when all the teams are doing the same thing, is it really a rule break? Like, I don't get it. Why? See, they want to reduce the number of people on track, and now they have to put some stuff for new aero.
Yeah, like even next year's regulation changes would have done that. No.
So the people who are working in the factory, they have to come. Now a few people will have to come to the races to gather data.
Yeah.
It's going to be like stupid. And they'll have to, like, while traveling, they'll have to design new parts and stuff like that.
Yeah, thought. Hey, they shouldn't have done. That makes sense. Like,
yeah,
do it at the end of the year.
I think Mercedes was the one who complained, probably.
Yeah, that's what Horner said. No, that it didn't come from Hamilton. Might have said about the bendy wings, but it didn't come from Hamilton. It came from Toto. On the radio, like Hamilton is. It's coming through Hamilton from someone.
It's like FIA is punishing the team for their own incompetence.
Yeah.
So stupid.
This is just sounding like our student formula, dude.
Yeah.
Like how they keep changing rules. Like they don't know that whatever the new thing they learn, whatever someone tells them a new idea.
It feels like a university, like when they change the exam rules and weightage in the middle of the semester.
Yeah. How they think they don't know, then. But see, I get why if it's coming from Mercedes, I get why they're doing, because they're very powerful in terms of
like
the revenue generation and the money that they're bringing to F1. Because a lot of people are taking their car.
The thing is, the wing is not supposed to be too flexible, right? Like, and it has to pass the test.
Yeah.
So like, Red Bull managed to make a wing that is flexible enough to be flexible and to pass the test, right?
Yeah.
So it's like they're taking advantage of some sort of loophole or whatever. But that's your fault that the loophole exists. Like it's the FIA's fault that the loophole exists. So why would you change it in the middle of the season after they complied to your rules?
Yeah, you see, that's what. If they had to ban something, they could have done it with Mercedes itself last year.
Yeah.
They were told that you don't put this dual axis steering system. And instead of banning them at the end of the year, you could have banned them after the first race itself. This is not valid. Why did you ban them at the end of the
year? They let Mercedes run DAS for 1 year and then they banned it for next year. Like, why ban it for next year? You could have just banned it the same year, no?
Yeah.
Like that's exactly how it feels.
If you want to change wing, asking Red Bull to change their wing, then you asked Mercedes also to change it. But one thing I've noticed, have you seen, okay, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but Brundle, if you've seen, whenever Hamilton is like in a bad position, he'll be like, oh my God, he'll be over sympathetic towards Hamilton, the Brundle. And then whenever he started literally in the last 2 laps of the race, he's like, Max, don't know. I hope Max doesn't crash. I hope Max doesn't crash. I hope Max doesn't crash. I don't know, like he was cursing Verstappen to come first.
Yeah, I guess he's English, so he might be biased slightly. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Everyone is a little bit biased. Everyone will be biased, like inherently, but it's like how much you show it.
Yeah, but it was showing a lot in Monaco. Like Hamilton, Hamilton came 7th. They're like, yeah, he also kind of blamed the team. When Hamilton started.
The race was definitely the team's fault. The team could have done much better.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's there, yeah. But see, when we are saying that, okay, it was Hamilton's fault also for coming 7th. No. So it's not just entirely the team's fault for the weekend. Both of them are at fault. Collectively, everyone's at fault.
See, in this article, it says even Mercedes will have to change their wing. Like even Ferrari, Mercedes, Alfa Romeo, everyone will have to modify their wing. They'll have to soften it. No, sorry. This guy says he wants to soften it because it's extremely rigid. So it's the opposite of Red Bull, I guess.
And he's telling he wants to soften it, and that guy said, then he's also telling that the wings are too soft. I mean, I don't understand. One time he's telling my wing is too hard, I want to reduce weight. Another one, it's like, no, that guy's wing is too soft. It's like what?
I see a lot of people on the internet commenting like Red Bull broke the rule, so they should make new wings. But it's not like black or white. Like it's not black and white. Like either it will be rigid or it will be flexible. Every material is going to be flexible. Like nothing is like 100% rigid, right? So it's just the amount of flexibility that is determined by the test. That whatever FIA tests.
And these cars are going at 300 in straights. No, if you have a very rigid wing, there's a big chance they'll just break off.
Yeah, obviously every wing is flexible. Like it's not. I feel like a lot of people think that like it's something like zeros and ones. Either it's flexible or it's rigid. It can't be in between.
Yeah.
Like
even it kind of has to be in between. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even the most like the hardest wing will be a little bit flexible, like Mercedes wing or whatever.
See, it's going to go towards the stewards. You see this? Yeah, I think if the limbo wings are on in Baku, with the advantage that we see, it's going to go to the stewards, said Wolf.
I don't think it's a huge advantage. That's the thing. It's not even a huge advantage. It's just an annoyance right now because they have to design new wings.
Yeah. So Wolf said in one comment, speaking to Spy Sports F1 after the Monaco Grand Prix, Wolf was clear that if rival outfits are allowed to continue running the flexible wings in Baku, then action would be taken in lodging complaints with the stewards. Mm-hmm. And if the stewards are not enough, then he's going to go to the IC International Court of Appeal. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. Is that the extent that this matter has to be taken to?
So apparently, see the new test is not even like a new method of testing. Also, it seems it's just they changed the value. It's like, so what are you trying to like say? Like you just change the value. Like you tell that it's allowed one time, and then after a few months you say it's not allowed. It's not even a brand new test. It's the same test but different value. It seems. That's what Frederick Vasseur is saying.
Like, what is the test actually? Do you have any idea?
I don't know exactly like how they test it, but it's a test for the rigidity or flexibility. Like
Got to find out what kind of test they take.
they probably put some weights and stuff like that and see how much it bends. I don't know.
They can offer, in theory, they can offer a performance gain. Loads and deflection tests. If a part fails the test, it can't be used.
See, the thing is, he says that the performance difference is very insignificant.
Because of the bending of wings, huh?
Yeah, it's not really
So
like
why do you have to change it?
it's not really a huge advantage. It's a slight advantage, like very slight advantage. But it's very annoying now that they have to do R&D again.
They're saying it can cost. Aston Martin said that it will cost them 0.5 seconds if they change the flexi wing.
0.5 seconds, no way. Alfa Romeo guy is saying it's not even a huge margin. Like it's not even a huge difference. 0.5 seconds is like, oh, what? Like, that's huge.
Yeah. I mean, if Toto is, if all of the teams start protesting, those who have flexible wings, saying that we don't have the money and where do you think we should, then they can, maybe the F1 will have to change something. FIA.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. I think there's still, they gave like 1 month time or something. So let's see what they do.
I mean, I feel it's wrong Mercedes using their power. Why it's so hard to police? There's some video.
It's like the people online are like acting as if Red Bull is the only culprit here, and Red Bull did some cheating, like how Ferrari did in 2018 or something. Like literally, almost every team has same kind of wings that Red Bull have, like similar kind of flexibility, and everyone has to change it now just because one person complained.
Did anyone protest for the DAS? No, right?
Yeah, Red Bull did protest, but it was
but no one else did.
shut down. Yeah, Red Bull protested in pre-season testing, but there were no rules preventing DAS. Again, so
that was not even something that was tested. No, that was not even. That was also a rule break. No, kind of.
Yeah, it's like it's like a loophole.
Yeah, exactly.
See, the thing is, your suspension should not have moving parts. Right? So if your suspension has moving parts, it's considered active suspension. But suspension is such a vague term in Formula One because there's not really any suspension. It's just like, what do you call them?
Whole assembly.
What is suspension called? Like, let me check.
Like when you say suspension, we include everything, not the wheels, tires.
Yeah, everything is included, but
they don't have like struts that this is a strut, like what's supposed to be on top of what is sprung and unsprung mass. Is that what you mean? What should be sprung and what is considered as
exactly
unsprung?
Like the steering is also like part of suspension, right? Because in F1 there's not really any like coilovers, springs and stuff like that. But the steering and tires are like 50% of the suspension.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what they mean by active suspension. It can be considered an active suspension, but then they say it's for aerodynamic purposes. Apparently, the DAS system. So they said that the primary function is to give different aerodynamics for straights and in corners. So that's the way they got away with it. So yeah, that's also like a loophole. Even if the primary function is aerodynamics, it's clearly like kind of active suspension, and it helps a lot with tire wear.
Yeah.
And that was the main
and even
thing.
that is a movable wing, no. That is a moving part of the wing, no. If it's active.
Yeah, that's what.
I mean, not technically, it's not a wing, but then you can say that wing should not be active except the DRS part. The wing should not be able to move. Then if this is moving and it's gaining them a advantage on aero, then it's something it can be considered in a ballpark of a wing, no? Like how wings are affecting aero. This is affecting aero.
Yeah, but it's not really part of a wing or anything.
It's not, and the parts which affect aero should not be able to move. Right?
No, I don't think there's a rule like that. Because then the DRS wouldn't be a thing, no?
No, that's what this one. DRS is an exception, and the wings should have no moving part except for the DRS.
Yeah, but it's not a wing, no. It's literally the camber that's changing.
No, yeah, the camber is changing, but they're saying that it's affecting the aero. So technically, it's a part that when you move, it's changing the aero. So technically, that's what even a wing is doing. That's
it's not a body part. It's like chassis.
Yeah, that's why maybe the loopholes are.
Yeah. See, at the end of the day, it's like gray area stuff. Yeah. It's not against the rules, but it's gray area. Just like how the flexible wings are gray area. So I don't know why it's getting a different treatment.
Yeah. Definitely not good. Next week in Baku, no?
Baku is always really good. Never fails to disappoint. Baku never fails to disappoint.
Yeah.
There's always some action, some drama going on. Let's see.
I know Mercedes will come back strong in Baku.
I think Baku is also like kind of Red Bull's track. I feel like.
Oh. If the championship points are gonna pull, it's gonna be fun. Like I think after the point, but I don't know. Lewis Hamilton can start making mistakes then after he gets frustrated. With like a couple
He's already made mistakes. He's already made mistakes in 2 of the races, but one race he got really lucky and recovered.
Yeah.
Like imagine crashing out completely and then coming second place in the race. Like that's just. I mean, he has talent to do it, but I don't think any other driver has that much luck.
Yeah, he's just very lucky.
Actually, this season, if you see, Verstappen made the least amount of mistakes compared to Hamilton. I don't recall Verstappen making any mistake other than
Except in the race that it was raining. Only there, I think he made one mistake, but it was not big one.
No, not really. Even in that, he won that race.
He almost got off the track. No, he would have lost it. He almost went off the track, but then he recovered.
Yeah, that happens to everyone in the rain. Sainz spun out like 7 times that race.
Yeah.
So, compared to that, that's nothing. But yeah. I think the only mistake he made was in the first race when he was overtaking, he exceeded track limit. But that's also like very minor mistake. And that was like his only chance to overtake, so he had to do it that time. So
Hamilton can go unchecked for 29 laps. by going off the limit, then one time is not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad
And
at
it's
all.
not like it's not an unforced error. It's a mistake because he was trying to win.
Yeah, that's what. That is nothing than what other people have done. But
compared to Hamilton, who completely crashed into the barrier and then luckily got a red flag and then got P2 from it. And now he qualified 7th in Monaco, where qualifying is extremely important. Yeah.
Bad race. But Mazepin didn't do anything this weekend. He didn't take out
Mazepin's
anybody.
been quiet. Seems like he's gotten used to the car.
He's got a?
It seems like he's gotten used to the car by now.
Yeah. You would have taken out people, no.
Everyone was expecting a crash from Mazepin. But
maybe he won't. Maybe he's not very used to it.
Yeah.
He's become tamed, not too reckless. That's the thing.
Monaco was a really huge hit for Mercedes and Hamilton.
Yeah.
Now they're behind Red Bull, both in constructors and drivers.
Yeah, like Red Bull won. Red Bull brought.
But in constructors, it's just 1 point. Red Bull have 1 point lead over Mercedes.
This is the only time both the McLaren people also didn't score, no? First race, both the McLaren didn't score.
I think, I was talking about that last time, no? Yeah, true.
Yeah. This time, both the McLaren didn't score.
Yeah. Lando Norris is still in 3rd place.
Yeah. He overtook Bottas.
Yeah. He's ahead of both Bottas and Perez.
Next year, we're going to see when the cars get closer, what science and everyone can do. What science Leclerc and
Sainz has been doing really well.
Yeah,
Sainz has been matching Leclerc constantly, almost close to him. Compared to the other people who changed teams, I feel like Sainz adjusted the fastest to Ferrari.
Yeah.
Compared to Ricciardo, compared to Vettel, and compared to Alonso and all.
Yeah, Ricciardo is like horrible right now.
Vettel has been improving a lot. Every race he's been improving. But Ricciardo, I don't know, he's been hot and cold. One race is good, one race is bad, like that.
Perez is also going like consistently fourth.
Yeah, Perez he has the pace, but he's making too many mistakes. He's making mistakes in the race.
Mentality. I think that's because of the mentality of how Red Bull works. Like Red Bull is like, you have to go all out always. And maybe that's why he's making a little mistake. Maybe he'll get used to it.
But I don't think that's like every driver they'll be like in that mentality anyway.
Yeah.
Especially when your team is a championship like contending team. You can't just chill. You have to always keep pushing. It
adds a little too much pressure based from where he's coming from.
But I don't think it will affect him that much because of his experience. He's been in so many years in F1.
Yeah, if it doesn't, then good. Then there's more room to. Then he has to improve more to come match Verstappen. Baku 6.3 kilometer. Baku is also a street circuit, is it?
Yeah. But it's a little bit faster circuit than Monaco.
So how many street circuits? Singapore, Monaco, Baku, then that's all. Or are there more?
I think Saudi Arabia is also there this year.
Oh, that's also street.
Yeah, that's a straight, I think. Yeah. Saudi Arabia straight circuit. And Australia is kind of straight, half, park. So Australia is, it's in a park. So yeah, you can consider it straight.
Jeddah, yeah. Jeddah street circuit. Saudi.
Yeah. I feel like Red Bull genuinely has a chance because there are many tracks that suit them, bro. Austria, there are 2 races in Austria.
Yeah.
They have to make full use of that. 2 races in Austria and Belgium. Belgium, Singapore.
If both of them come top 3 in both the races in Austria, that's all. They're gonna get a massive advantage. If both the drivers can come top 3.
Once Perez starts improving, then Bottas will really have to step up because constructors will be in danger for them.
Yeah. And they'll make some changes. That's the disadvantage that Mercedes has. Like, if Bottas doesn't, that's one disadvantage Bottas is for Mercedes. Like, he's allowing Lewis and helping them with strategy and everything. Some races he's gaining points he's performing well and gaining points. But sometimes this can maybe, tell them to push this guy out and bring in someone else, like constructors. Especially when when you have these spending limits and you have to work on just the money that you earn from the constructors.
Yeah.
Maybe then they'll start thinking.
Both the second drivers have to step up. Because we can't have situations like in Portugal where Hamilton just did an extra pit stop and challenged Max.
Yeah.
Because if Perez was on pace that day, then they wouldn't do that.
No,
it happened in Portugal or Spain. I don't remember. It was Spain, no?
Yeah, Spain only.
Spain. Yeah. Spain. So yeah, that shows really that kind of a race shows that Perez has to step up.
Like everyone has to second person has to step up, or even then will start happening in the midfield and everything. And those teams which are in the midfield need more money, and if they itself have problems like this, the second driver problem, then it'll be a mess for them also.
Yeah, let's wait for next race and see how it is. Baku is always entertaining. I don't know how it manages to be entertaining though. The track, when you look at the track, it looks like a track that will be really boring because of all the 90-degree corners, stuff like that. But somehow it always entertains.
Yeah, it's got long straights now.
Yeah, long straights and 90 degrees. There are many 90-degree corners.
That's good. Like fast areas and slow areas. I think it'll work perfectly.
It has some good overtaking spots. Like at least it has more spots than Monaco. I think in sector 3, I think you can overtake a lot, and in the straight, you can DRS overtake. So
overtakes a lot of places to overtake. A lot of places to make mistakes also.
Yeah, it's still tight. It's as tight as Monaco, but it's a little bit faster.
Street circuits are fun. Street circuits are actually fun in qualifying, and I think street circuits will be more fun when they get this. What is that? The new format.
I don't know. Like you enjoyed Monaco, right? Like the race.
Monaco, it was not. The qualifying was more fun than the race.
Yeah, but the race was still fun. No, it was not like a boring race.
Yeah, it's not very boring because
Yeah.
if starting of the race was little edge to edge, then the last 10-15 laps it got okay. Because we knew after the till the
pit
first pit
stops.
stop it was like a mystery. After the pit stops it got a little boring.
Yeah, the pit stops are basically the interesting part. The rest all is like filler.
Yeah, it's just the filler.
But some races are going to be like that. Like every race cannot be full of overtaking.
Yeah, some have to strategy.
The real bad races are like races in Russia and France where literally nothing happens. In the pit stop, nobody gains. In the race, nobody gains. It's just bland, boring as shit. Unless a driver spins out or crashes into someone, then literally nothing happens in France or Russia. Like those are the races that people should be complaining about. Monaco is really like it's fun. At least the qualifying is really fun to watch, and the race is interesting in terms of strategy and defending and like how the drivers defend against others behind.
Yeah, definitely. We got to see.
I don't like. There are a lot of people complaining about Monaco. It's boring, stuff like that. But yeah, every like there should be a little bit difference in what do you call it, like area of expertise. No, like if every track is similar, then some driver will have advantage because they're able to drive this kind of track better. So having different types of tracks is like it gives a more fair fight to people who have different skill set, driving wise. People who have different skill set.
If you want to be the champion, then you have to be the best at everything.
Exactly. And not just the drivers, but the cars also are like some cars are stronger in some tracks, and others are weaker. Like that's why I think it's important to have like a diversity. How the tracks work.
Yeah, diversity is always good. It like increases. It creates a suspense, and that's what is fun.
Yeah, every race you're going in. And like there's a clear favorite for depending upon the track. Like in Monaco, everyone knew Red Bull was the favorite, but if you ask in Spain, people would have said Mercedes are the favorites. Like tracks like Spain and Italy, people would say Mercedes are the favorites, like that.
Yeah.
And now if you go to France again, Mercedes will be the favorites. Yeah, but France is just pure boring, man. Like I don't know how people watch it. Like it's a cure for insomnia.
I don't know. They should probably explore other countries also.
I don't know, like why there are many better tracks. The track is not meant for racing at all. It's meant for testing.
That's all.
Like it's literally a test track. I think it's a Porsche test track. So some companies test track that they're using it for Formula One. Like
Bugatti.
Just look at the runoff area. Like why it has such a huge runoff area that it doesn't even make sense. Like
it's 100% Bugatti only.
Yeah, Bugatti. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. It should be.
Yeah, I don't remember which one, but it's a test track for some car company. Yeah.
What is French, no? Or it will be Citroen or someone.
No, it's something like Bugatti or Porsche only, like supercar, hypercar type. I forgot which one. Yeah. Probably Bugatti only.
Do you know there are other tracks also in France?
Yeah, there's Magny-Cours, like there are good tracks. Yeah, if you don't want France, there are good tracks in Germany. Nürburgring and Hockenheim both are good tracks, but both the tracks are not there. Like it's just it's just about money, I guess. At the end of the day, nobody like they don't care what people like.
It is about money, no? Or they would have chosen India.
Yeah, India is also a good track actually.
Yeah,
Better
it's a
than
good
France.
definitely. Both they would have chosen because money problem, no? They're not choosing.
Yeah.
Aramco also Saudi.
Abu Dhabi is also trash, like shitty track. Nothing really happens there, but at least it's kind of beautiful and it's a night race.
Yeah,
France and Russia are literally like there's no appeal to it. Like from any angle you look, whether it's racing or outside of racing, there's literally no appeal.
Russia, I think they might have more tracks, not Russia itself.
I don't know about Russia or like if they have any other
They
track.
must have more different tracks. Maybe they can try up switching. If they want to keep it in Russia, just switch up a track and try a different track.
I don't know.
They
I'm
can
not
do
sure.
that.
It's not just the country. It's also a track, like the owners of the track who pay money, no?
Yeah. That's the problem.
And it's also like even if they have other tracks, it should be like or FIA regulation stuff.
Yeah.
Like for example, in India we have Budh and MRTS, no? I mean what I meant saying MMRT, sorry.
Yeah.
But MMRT is not F1 approved.
Yeah.
Only Budh is F1 approved.
Yeah.
So
even Coimbatore one is not F1 approved.
Yeah, Kari, that's also not F1. Yeah, like they have specifications where you have to meet them. So
I don't know, but how is Monaco meeting those specifications in such a small country and on the street?
Street races, they'll take care of everything. They'll build all the things. And so it's.
Yeah, I mean, even in Russia, I think they should just the government of Russia should just build a new track. I mean, they have enough money to do it, and they have enough fans to do it.
I don't think they should race in Russia. I don't think they should race in countries like Russia, China, Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia.
Right?
All these countries are just,
money.
Like they're farming tourism from by sports washing.
Well, even Monaco's living on that.
Yeah, but the thing is, these countries they have like really bad human rights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Monaco is not like that. Like Saudi Arabia, especially Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, countries like that.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. Like
China.
The labor laws are horrible.
At least Bahrain is an interesting race to watch. So it's fine, but Saudi Arabia, I don't know. Saudi Arabia is the street track, so we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
And Abu Dhabi, like it's fine. Like when the track is already there and they've been using it for so many years, so it's hard to change. But going out of your way and introducing new track in Saudi Arabia, that just goes against all your principles, right? Like they say we race
Miami.
We race as one.
What was the track that's came up next year for Miami? That's also way out of their league, like way out of their normal routine.
Miami is fine. Like it's USA anyway. Like I don't care about that. But saying all this, like we race as one and stuff like that, no racism, like spreading all these messages, and then going and giving money to Saudi Arabia, that's just so hypocritical. Like
taking money from Saudi Arabia.
Taking money. Sorry, not giving money. Then whatever.
Yeah.
Making deals.
Aramco is the biggest part.